Welcome to the mom review video of our trip to Okoboji, Iowa. The campground we stayed at was Gull Point State Park Campground at West Okoboji, Iowa. The bathrooms at the campground were nice. There were 3 toilet stalls and 3 shower stalls. The showers didn't have much of a dry area. They did have kind of 2 separate compartments within, but the water got into the drier area pretty easily. So this time, as far as helping the little ones bathe, I did have to send them out when they were done so that I could shower and not get them all wet. There was a handicap shower, which was nice. It had a separate handle that it was just push button activated for their showers. And so that separate handle sprayer I could take off and use that to help wash the little girls, as opposed to having the full-size shower spray down on them. So that was very helpful. The campground itself was pretty quiet. We went the weekend after Labor Day, and at that time on the weekend there were maybe a dozen other campers around, but it was pretty quiet. And there was also a playground, and the playground really kept my kids entertained for quite a bit of time. There were plenty of trees for shade, which was nice. However, the trees were oak trees, which meant there were acorns dropping. And inside the bus, when an acorn would drop and land on the roof, man, that was loud and would definitely startle you even while you were sleeping. So that was a little bit of a inconvenience, being woken up by acorns bouncing off the roof a couple times a night. We went to the Dickinson County Nature Center, which was a whole lot of fun for all the kids. They have free will donation for entry into the Nature Center, which was always helpful, especially with a larger family. There was a lot of nature exhibits upstairs and downstairs. I didn't personally go downstairs, but my husband and oldest daughter went downstairs. They said that there were some live animals on display, rabbits and tortoises and snakes and things like that. Where I ended up spending my time with the other kids was in their little playroom that had like a honeycomb shaped climbing structure with a slide at the end of it. It had some like vacuum tubes with ball launching. It had a little toy kitchen restaurant area that really kept the kids' attention. Honestly, I think the whole room could have been a toy kitchen restaurant area and everybody would have been just as happy. But there were elements of education with all of their displays, which was always nice. Being a homeschool family, it kind of allows me to check off 2 boxes at once, having fun on vacation and learning a little bit. We went out to eat to a restaurant called Asian Palace, and man, was it delicious. Usually I have good experiences with Asian restaurants, but man, this one just hit the spot. Had a delicious tofu vegetable meal. The only drawback was it was takeout only, and so we had to kind of scramble to find somewhere to eat. But the weather was nice, and Memorial Park was about 6 blocks away. That was in Spirit Lake, Iowa. And we went to Memorial Park, and really the kids enjoyed their time there too. It was right on the lake, and there was a nice big playground that we could run around at and have all types of fun playing at the playground after we ate lunch. Just across the street from Gull Point Campground is a nature trail that we went on that has a little guide with it with 16 stops and descriptions. Most of them were trees, but there were other items as well. And we had a good time on that nature trail. It was well maintained, mowed down or dirt for the entire trail. However, there were a couple of posts that we didn't find. I don't know if they were just partially overgrown or knocked over or what, but overall, we did enjoy the nature trail. I think it was 1.5 miles long, and the weather when we went was just great, so we didn't sweat too much or we weren't too cold, so that helped make it more enjoyable also. One activity we did while at Okoboji was kayaking on West Lake Okoboji. and we rented kayaks from Extreme Watersports, and the gentleman who ran that particular business was extremely friendly and helpful. He was normally closed up since Labor Day had already passed, but I messaged him on Saturday and was able to set up a time on Sunday to meet with him so that we could rent kayaks for a couple hours. And they were 2-seater boats, which helps because then we could just rent 2 of them and kind of trade out off and on during the time that we had the kayaks. So that was a lot of fun. Extreme Watersports that we rented the kayaks from was in the Arnold's Park area, which I can only imagine how many thousands of people must be there during the peak season and how loud it probably is because there's an amusement park. And I don't think I would have liked it very much when it would have been that busy, but we were there, like I said already, after Labor Day, and it was a lot quieter. Now, granted, not many of the attractions were open, but we still had plenty to do for the couple of days we were there, so we didn't really get bored or anything because not everything was open. We did have a root beer at the Nutty Bar. That was good. At $1 for an iced mug of root beer. Can't go wrong there. That was delicious. They had a harmony park, so just outdoor musical instruments that the kids could play on. And that's all we did in Arnold's Park. The Gull Point State Park Campground has a public beach that is within walking distance easily of where we were actually camping. And so we definitely enjoyed our time there. It was a nice little beach. Sandy is a little bit of pebbly type sand, but it was a sandy beach. The water there was pretty nice and clear. And we just enjoyed spending the afternoon playing in the sand and playing in the water. Even though it was a little bit chilly for swimming, it was about 70, 72 degrees with a bit of a breeze. But we made the most of it anyway and enjoyed our time at the lake. All the places we visited for this trip did have ample parking for driving a bus. The Nature Center had a big open lot. The restaurant had street parking, but it was definitely wide enough for the bus to fit. Arnold's Park had a big open parking lot, and so that was always nice to see that there was room for me to drive my bus around and find good places to park. So overall, I enjoyed our trip to Okoboji, Iowa, and would definitely go back again. It's more of just kind of a sit around and relax type of trip in my mind, because I would not want to go during the peak season when there are lots and lots of people there. Would definitely be a repeat visit. One of the reasons is it's closer to home. It's 4-ish hours of a drive instead of the 8 or so hours that the other trips we've taken have been. Tell me what you liked about Okoboji.
I like it about swimming in the lake. I liked playing at the beach and doing the kayaks.
Did you like playing at the playground?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of the playground?
What playground was there?
The orange one at the campground?
The one with the curly slide?
Yep.
I liked playing at the playground too.
At Okoboji, I liked all the activities we did, like playing on the playground, kayaking, swimming at the beach, and the nature center. I also liked where we ate at the Chinese restaurant. That was good. And I didn't not like anything, and that's all.
My favorite thing about Okoboji was going kayaking. I also liked our campsite. It was really nice, and the place we went out to eat was really good.